عصف الأنين بداخلي كم مرة قد ذاق قلبي من أساه محن تمر وكم كرهت مصابها لكن رأيت الخير يسكب في أنا كم مرة قد ضقت من عظم الباب.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. ما بعد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I want to be completely honest and upfront. I didn't want to record this video during this blessed month. But at the same time, I've realized that during this blessed month, grifters, charlatans, phonies are out in full force. So this particular video will highlight many issues within the da'wah scene. It's about education. It's about knowing who to donate to and carrying out your due diligence, which has been my consistent message since the Gaza war. May Allah aid them. I've returned back from Syria nearly enough a week and a half ago. And the way things are developing when it comes to fundraising, donations, marketing strategy, it's getting worse every single year. And I know they're cashing out in this particular month. They're cashing out. Now, Hamza, or Darren, should I say, was requesting money for debts that he needs to clear. Now, one thing I need to clear, and I have to make it very, very transparent, is that Muslims are bound or need to abide by their conditions. And what I'm going to show you in this particular video, as well as the charity sector as well, but I'm going to focus on our brother Hamza for a segment, that conditions, especially when it comes to Muslims and giving your word, shows a lot about your character. It shows whether you got marura, it shows whether you have amana, and it shows whether you have sidq. Now, Umar bin Khattab radiallahu anhu, as it's been famously attributed to him, that he said, لَن تَعْرِفُ الشَّخْص, that you won't know a person, إِلَّا, except that if you have what? سَفَرْتْ مَعَهُ, that you have traveled with him. أو تَاجَرْتْ مَعَهُ, or you've traded with him. And the athar continues, a lot of people don't know this, and it continues to say that you have given someone a debt, or you've taken a debt from someone. And then Umar bin Khattab said, do not concern yourself with a person who recites Quran or his sujood is lengthy. Okay? Very important to remember. Now, as I mentioned earlier, that the Muslims are bound by their conditions and need to abide by them. This is the hallmark of a Muslim. I am an enigma of some sort. I'm an enigma of some sort. And I don't care about views. I don't care about following. You concern yourself with that. You busy yourself with that. It don't bother me. I've just come back from Bilad al-Sham, alhamdulillah. I know that this video, lil asaf al-shadid, will get more views than my documentary or vlog that I did in al-Sham, where I went to Damascus, when I went to Homs, when I went to Hama, when I went to Idlib. I know. It's just people, unfortunately, entertain themselves with these sort of videos. But at the same time, we have the right and the haqq to follow up on the haqq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is zakat or sadaqah or lillah. Now, why am I emphasizing on this point? Because this has been overlooked for so long. So I don't want to waffle, I don't want to go on a monologue, but the Muslims are bound by their conditions. Now, what you notice with this brother, Hamza or Darren, is that he shifts the goalpost. He shifts the goalpost. And this is not a hallmark of a Muslim. I believe this person has shak upon him, he's mashkuk. No one should donate to his fundraisers. And I'm saying this clearly because I, giving him the benefit of the doubt, even wallahi, as per the hadith of Isa alayhi salam, amantu billahi wa katabtu ayni, that I believe in Allah and I disbelieve in what my eyes saw. This is going to be, even wallahi has been abused. And I'm even going as far as saying that now I'm mubahala. I want to issue mubahala. My gut feeling inside, and I tell you something, when I have a gut feeling and an instinct, most of the time, bifadlillah, my intuition is right. Wallahi, my intuition is right. And mubahalas are needed now. They're profiting. They're making margins. This is my gut feeling. Like I said, this is my gut feeling. I'm going to get into that. So, obviously, we'll sort that out later. Now, Hamza, initially, right, when he spoke to me, I'm going to show you a chronology as well regarding his story changing and his goalpost changing. This is why this person is mashkook. Wallah al-azim. So this is the initial fundraiser that I asked him to do when I spoke to him. And he said, I'm in 50 grand worth of debt. And I said, okay, then what do you need then to clear the debt? I said, what do you need? 20. He goes, I'm not sure, 20, 25. I said, all right, then just do 30 then, So you can, remember, he was very unclear because obviously his choice of words. He mentioned facilitating towards the debt. So meaning buying stock, 20 grand or 30 grand, and then he could clear the other 20 grand. So as you can see, this is the initial fundraiser. As you can see, which is highlighted. My total debt is 50k. I believe raising half of this in this fundraiser will facilitate, look at the keyword, will facilitate and enable me to achieve my dream of working my way out and freeing myself from this debt, which you don't know how we got into. Again, like I said, not very clear and whatnot, which in turn will enable me to achieve what I aim to do for the future. Now, which I get, because I actually donated towards this fundraiser. I got an email and it says, Assalamu alaikum, alhamdulillah, we hit the 35 mark. So from 25, we moved to 35. Now, I've now decided to push on for the full 50k. So I can once and for all crush these debts and they're crippling me, inshallah. So if you can help, do so. Please do. It's a grifter. I'll tell you, if I'm fasting, he's a grifter. He's done this in the past. People have sent me information and I'm going to put it on screen as well. So come back to me now. So he provided me a breakdown and I'm going to go into this breakdown as well. I'm not going to put it on screen because it's a WhatsApp message, but I'm just going to show you what he sent me. And what this shows you is that he was supposed to facilitate towards the debt. He's already made contributions and payments towards the debt and buying a stock, right, which we're going to get into. And now he's pushing for the 50. So now he's going against his condition, right, because he's moved the goalpost. This is right. He, I believe, hasn't studied. I still stand by my position that if he was black or any other non-Caucasian race, he wouldn't get as much following, nor would he be able to raise this money. Let's call it as it is. This is sort of, colonial slave master mentality that unfortunately some Arab, Pakistanis, Asians have. It does exist, unfortunately. But like I said, he's preying on that. Now, let's go into the conditions. As you can see on screen, we've got a hadith, Al-Muzanin. And he narrates that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, "As-sulhu jaizun bayn al-muslimin illa sulhan haram halal aw ahalla haraman wal muslimun ala shurutihim illa shartan harrama halalan wa ahalla haraman." Okay. So, sulh, reconciliation or rectification between Muslims is lawful, except which one makes something unlawful, which is lawful, or makes something lawful, which is unlawful. And the Muslims should abide by their conditions. The Muslims should what? Abide by their conditions. Now, come back to me now. So first and foremost, we have prophetic hadith from the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This shawahid, the hadith in Tirmidhi has kalam on it, but there's shawahid that connects it and obviously raises authenticity. So, he said £25,000. He raised the 25. He said it to me. That just need 25,000 to facilitate the debt. From that, he raised to 35. And now from 35, he raised to 50. So now this shows you this person is mashkook. He's untrustworthy. He's moving the goalpost. Now, for the Muslim to abide by the conditions, right, he has requested money from us. If anyone with any marura, any chivalry, if I requested money from the believers, I'm going to show you when I requested a fundraiser for the great project, which our brother Irish Imi has got 26 families, and I'll show you the campaign that I was responsible for. I'm going to show you receipts from September all the way to March, sustainability. I'll show you it, no problem, because I didn't keep a penny. Now, if he's been asked and he's not willing to provide it, let's just say this person is untrustworthy and you should push, because do I believe that he's grifting? Yeah. Because many people are mentioned to me as well, and again, I don't watch his live streams about, apparently, and again, this is all apparently, that he said, the rich Qataris and the Kuwaitis should give all the du'at 1 million so we could do da'wah. Who the hell are you? Where have you studied? What have you learnt? Look, let's be frank, it's only because you're Caucasian that you have the following you have. Let's be frank. You don't offer anything. Your mannerisms are terrible. Ultimately, what do you offer? What basic knowledge have you sought? Where have you learnt the deen of Islam? Get off your live streams and go study the deen of Islam. Go study and be in a better position so that you can speak about Islam. You don't offer anything. Basic analogies and logic and to refute Christians and whatnot. What do you actually offer? So this 1 million pay, the Qataris and the Kuwaitis you pay us, that we could give that. Who the hell are you? Apparently more than one person have contacted me and said something about investment in Qatar and property. So all I'm saying is to clear the doubts, which I believe you're mashkook, you are doubtful, you're not a trustworthy person in my opinion, right? Present these documentation, present the evidence, present the receipt, at least present something. If someone offered me the opportunity to clear my name, I'll be the first to do it. But no, you don't want to do it. So again, it's crazy. So let's go into Athar now. So as you can see, we've got Sahih Bukhari. This is the most authentic book after the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hamza, I'm sure you know this, along with Sahih Muslim. So he mentions, وَقَالَ ابن عون عن ابن سارين قال رجل لكريه أدخل رقابك فإن لم أرحل معك يوم كذا وكذا فلك 100 درهم. So he mentions that a man said to the person that sort of looks after the animals or hires animals, prepare your ride, okay? And if I don't go with you on such and such a day, I will give you 100 dirhams, right? And he didn't go that day. So Shuraih said, Man sharata ala nafsihi, whoever puts a condition upon himself, ta'i'an, by his own free will, willingly, ghayra mukrahin, meaning not being under duress or force, fahuwa alay, he has to abide by it. He has to fulfill it. Another riwayah underneath that Ibn Sirin, that a man sold some food, and the buyer said to the seller that if he doesn't come to him on the Wednesday, then the deal will be cancelled. The deal will be what? The deal will be cancelled. Falam yaji, and he did not come. So Shuraih said, limushtari, to the one, to the buyer, anta akhlafta, you broken the promise. فَقَضَى عَلَيْهِ, and the verdict was given against him, right? And this is under the conditions of whatnot. So this is Sahih Bukhari, as you can see on screen. We've got التوضيح لشرح الجامع الصحيح by Ibn al-Mulaqin al-Shafi'i, and he also presents this as well. Okay, he also presents this as well. وَالْمُسْلِمُونَ عَلَى شُرُوطِهِمْ, the Muslims are what? Upon their conditions. Now, you spoke to me, you said you're in 50k worth of debt, I just need 25 to facilitate the 50. You also mentioned this to Dilly as well. Now, that's the original condition. To the believers, you put up a fundraiser, which is a contemporary issue, but you put up a fundraiser. وَالْمُسْلِمُونَ عَلَى شُرُوطِهِمْ, you're upon your condition. So why is it that it's changed from 25 to 35, now 35 to the full 50? Because you said you didn't need the full 50. You needed it to facilitate. So that's the condition that you had with us. I'm going to show you now the sharh of the hadith from a contemporary scholar, Allah yarhamu, al-Mubarak Puri, or Mubarak Puri, when he comments on the hadith in Sunan al-Tirmidhi. What does he say? So as you can see on screen, we've got Tuhfatul Ahwazi, Bishari Jami' al-Tirmidhi. So this is by Al-Imam Al-Hafid Abi A'la Muhammad Abdul Rahman bin Abdul Rahim Al-Mubarak Furi. Okay, one of the famous contemporary scholars, died in 1353 Hijri, Allah yarhamu, from India originally. So when we get to the hadith, right, وَالْمُسْلِمُونَ عَلَى شُرُوطِهِمْ, what does Mubarak Furi mention as far as the conditions are concerned? He mentions, أي ثابتون عليها, he is firm upon it, لا يرجعون عنها, and he doesn't return back on it. He does not what? Return back on it. So come back to me now. ثابتون عليها, he has to be firm on it. You have requested more money. You're not providing any documentation. You're not even willing to put yourself forward. You've got inconsistencies in your story. You are a person that has no murura. You can't be trusted, mate. So, as per the athar, as per the ahadith, as per the explanation, as you've seen from Ibn Awn and Ibn Sirin and whatnot, how you have to be firm upon your conditions. How is it that you could raise from 25 to 35 to 50, right? And think that you're not going to be questioned. And when asked for documentation, you said, it's not your business. It is our business. And this grift of yours is ongoing for a very long time. You didn't expect it to be called out, did you? You thought you were invincible for some reason. Allahu A'lam why. Maybe people in the da'wah gave you extra attention, white reason and whatnot, token reason. Call it what you want. Listen, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm an enigma. Like Marmite. Love me or hate me, I don't care. Got a small channel, I don't care, I speak my mind. I remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching. I don't care how much views or how much followers, you've raised yourself and you put yourself on a pedestal, which answers, what do you offer? Let's be frank, what do you offer? What knowledge do you have? What ilm have you gained? What ilm do you possess? Nothing that I can see of satisfactory. Not to say I've got any. Anyway, so I'm going to show you a breakdown of your stories. People have been monitoring you for a while. And it only takes one person to come out and open this Schindler's List, let's just say. I've been speaking to people in the da'wah scene. I've been communicating with people in the da'wah scene. Don't get me wrong. And I've made my stance clear. And I've made it very clear that they need to come out publicly and ask for evidence and documentation. Because I believe you've not spent the money where you stated. I believe so. This is my gut feeling. I'm fasting. I don't believe so. Unless you provide documentation, show us that you've spent that money where it was supposed to go. All of a sudden, you're going to have 50 bags now, or you're waiting to have 50 bags. You got 35. Where you spent it? Again, I'm going to go down your breakdown later. But anyway, get into the original issue at hand. Your story has changed dramatically. And someone has sent me, who's been following you, right, not happy, concerned, and giving me a breakdown. So to show the brothers and sisters and the viewers that you are an untrustworthy person, you need to be called out, you are a grifter, you are taking our kindness for weakness, and we're not going to stand for that. We're not going to stand for that. So let's go through your chronology, right? So the individual in question also gave me the links as well. He will potentially raise the money to set up an online business, okay? This is what he said. At 7 minutes, these are two links the individual sent me. Anyone who questions him is jealous and a disaster for the Ummah. He calls a sister an extremist for questioning him. This is why he's mashkook. He's mashkook. I don't believe he spent the money where he claims. And he needs to be called out. Going into it, at 24 minutes 55, he says he reached over 25k, but will keep it up to annoy people. This is the akhlaq of this individual. Uqsam billah al-ali he cannot be trusted. And you want to donate to him, fine. So you see how he moves the goalpost? This individual has grifted for so long, he got cute with it. He didn't expect to be called out. And even then, right, when I had the conversation with him, I remember this vividly. When I was saying to him, look, are you in debt? You know, you can swear by Allah. And I mentioned the hadith of Isa alayhi salam. If you're saying I'm lying, that's fine. My word versus yours, I can stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I raised the hadith of Isa alayhi salam to him. To be honest, I should have recorded the call. Wallah al-azim, I should have recorded the call. So, even then, to add, you didn't mention in the initial live stream that it was for a debt. You said for your chill live stream. So, people are monitoring you. So, with all due respect, if anything, your adala is called to question. We've got the book, Jami' al-Rasail, and this is written by Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah. So, he mentioned, Wallahu subhanahu, Allah glorified be him, has sent messengers bil bayyinati, and sent them with clarity and proofs, and has descended upon them with books, wal mizan, and the scale, the balance, so that the people are just, biqist. And the mu'min is in need to know justice, or like adl. And this is the sirat al-mustaqim. And what? Wa ila al-amala bihi, and to act upon it. So we have to act upon justice, qist, adl, insaf, etc. وَإِلَّا, except if they don't do this, وَقَعَ إِمَّا فِي جَهَلٍ وَإِمَّا فِي الظُّلْمِ, except that they will fall into jahl. I believe this guy's jahl. Hamza's jahl. And oppression. And what? Oppression. So, in terms of adl and qist and rahmah and murura and amana and sidq, if any of this is lacking in an individual, don't trust him. And I say now, let's do mubahala. You swear by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to invoke Allah's curse upon you if you didn't spend the money where you were supposed to spend it. And at the end of the day, you need to provide documentation. You need to provide evidence. Again, we'll show you, or I'll explain the breakdown, right, in a second. So what does Hamza mention in terms of his breakdown, right? This is his breakdown. He has to provide documentation for all of this. There's no way about it. So what is the breakdown? All right. 35,600 raised, GoFundMe fees less 1,300. So the net is 34,000. Money received 30,412.89. Money left from that 5k. So what has he done? Flights and accommodation of 3,500. All right. So where's the proof of that? Did you use Booking.com? Did you use Expedia? Did you go business class? Was it a 5-star hotel? Because this is to clear your debt, right? So it's 3,500. Bear that in mind, all right? Cargo cost 2,100. Turkish clearance 7,300. Kuwaiti purchase 3,500. Where's the proof of that? Where's the proof of that, Hamza? Right? Anyone can claim anything. You understand? Anyone can claim anything. The proof's on the claimant, right? Al-bayyinatu ala mudda'i. You made the claim now. Muslimun ala shurutihim. There's too much. You're not a trustworthy person. So now, I believe you're not trustworthy. I'm sure the believers don't believe you're trustworthy. The comments are slating you, mate. The comments are slating you. You're just trying to be cheeky like you always are in your debates, mate. There's no ilm, there's no substance there. You're just cocky and cheeky. So where's this evidence for this? وَالْمُسْلِمُونَ عَلَى شُرُوطِهِمْ. Right, 25, 35, 50, you just move the goalposts. Now you spend 3,500 on flights, accommodations, cargo cost 2,100, Turkish clearance 7,300, Kuwaiti purchase 3,500, total 16,400. So where's the proof for that? Remaining 8,900, listen to it. So Paris wholesaler 2K, where's the proof for that? London wholesalers 2,700. Other London wholesalers 1,400, remaining 2,800. Now listen to this. This was used to pay miscellaneous bills, plus my wife's cost to Morocco to see her mum as she died. Now listen to this. My wife's Moroccan, by the way, and I've been married for 16 years. I have consistently, year on year, for 16 years, paid for her flight tickets to go Morocco, with the kids and 6 weeks holidays and whatnot. Now, when it comes to Morocco, depends where they're flying from. So my wife's from Rabat. So Stansted to Rabat. Now, recently, it's Manchester. It's easier, it's closer to me. You beat the London traffic. What's it going to cost you for one person? Like £300, £400? Why are you using money that was donated generously by the believers to pay for your debts, and you're paying for your wife to go to Morocco, and you got enough money to pay for flights? SubhanAllah Azim. If this isn't a grift, what is a grift? 300-400 quid to Rabat if you're going Ryanair. Well, you're going Royal Air Morocco, all right, £500-600. And you got £500-600 to spare? SubhanAllah Azim. When you look at, SubhanAllah, when there's a death in the family, when I'm speaking about the Asians here, Pakistanis, Bengalis, when there's debts, whole families go and they spend tens of thousands when they take the body back, and that's a different debate altogether, but they pay themselves. Obviously, it's important. This is your money. This is your family. You pay yourself. Why are you using debts that the Ummah is giving, or money that the Ummah is giving you to clear debts for you to pay for what? Your wife's cost to Morocco. Costs. So does that include spending money? Does that include flights? Like, what's going on here? So I am sure, and everyone else would agree with me, again, if you review the comments, you need to evidence and document with an audit trail, with a paper trail, all of these expenditures. You sent me a few screenshots, right? I don't even want to share them. It doesn't prove anything. Like, when was it? And even the cost that you put in your breakdown doesn't even match this, right? Like 1,331. You haven't put 1,331 anywhere in your breakdown to me. These screenshots and where they're from. You also said that you're not going to make this public. Why? Why have you got to hide? What's there to hide, Hamza? Right? Wallah al-Azim, you're only digging yourself a bigger hole. Look, I don't care about my following. I don't care about views. You invest your time in that. I don't really give a damn. You want to be on live streams, go seek knowledge, mate. Go to your local mosque, go perfect your tajweed, go perfect your Quran, go memorize, learn the basics of tahara, learn the basics of ibadat, learn the seed of the Prophet ﷺ, mate. Forget your live streams, mate. But this is a grift for you, mate. This is a grift. This is a grift. More than, I'm not even lying, I'm fasting. I could count, on my hands, probably even more, how many people have contacted me, how many people have sent me messages about you. So, let's just say, mate, your reputation stinks, mate. And as a da'i, that's what you hold on to. Your adala, your murura, and you ain't got none of that, mate. So what da'wah? What da'wah did you give? All of you, look, let's be frank. There's many brothers who are reverts, white or black or Asian or whatever. SubhanAllah Azim, they take their time out, they invest in knowledge. They, SubhanAllah Azim, they stay away from social media. Now I'm seeing a trend where, SubhanAllah, become Muslim, open up a YouTube channel. What do you offer? Go and learn the deen, SubhanAllah. Go learn the deen. All right, if you're going to go on YouTube, talk about your story, your life, all of this, is irrelevant. Get away from social media. So anyway, that's my request. I've said enough. He can't be trusted. Maybe in hindsight, I put my hand up. I was gullible. He said he didn't swear by Allah. I could assure you he did. I'd just say, let's start that day. You didn't swear by Allah. Just say you didn't, right? Which you did. Because I mentioned the narration of Isa alayhi salam. You remember it as well. Even if you didn't, what's so hard to present documentation? So what you're saying is, I didn't swear by Allah that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But we're asking for it. So why can't you say, yeah, here you go, Hajji, bang. Here's where I spent this. This is a cargo wholesale. This is a Kuwaiti. This is a Turkish. This is the flights. Why can't you do that? Right? It's a grift. So anyway, ignore you, mate. You've got nothing to offer. You bask in your followers and your views and whatnot. We seek the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You got $1 million for the Kuwaiti and the Qataris to give you a bit of dosh so you can give da'wah. What da'wah, mate? More like they should give you that money, not even give you that, they should give you nothing. They should pay for your course and you should fly to Medina or Qahira or Mauritania to learn the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But you want to live comfortably, don't you? SubhanAllah. Anyway, we're in Ramadan, and naturally, you're going to find these marketing strategies and all sorts, right? So me and Irish Emmy, obviously, as you know, Irish Emmy has been out to Egypt. He's got a lot of experience in dealing with different NGOs, especially on the ground in Egypt, whether it be food packs, whether it be water, whether it be hospitals. He's got the experience. So rest assured, I've been to Egypt with him and I've seen everything that he does and a lot of rewarding. Now, when it comes to food packs, right, because I've noticed there's a big push on food packs. I remember when I was in Syria, one brother said something to me very profound, and I'm not going to sort of go into the details because obviously there's so much he mentioned, but he mentioned one particular point. He said, the charity workers, again, meaning the Western charity workers, are the worst of people. That's what he said to me. So, getting to what was me mentioning about food packs and water and whatnot. With the food packs, I'm seeing it everywhere. Sponsored ads, like everywhere. Twitter, TikTok, not Twitter, sorry, lying to you. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I'm seeing it everywhere. Big push, cashing in. Big money, big money. And like I said, I'm going by my gut instinct. They're making margins. So, there's this famous NGO, right, that Irish Emmy was working with. And they sent him a breakdown of the cost of how much a food pack, depending on the kg. So it depends on the weight. So here's a breakdown, right? There you go. This is depending on the kg. So you've got 455 Juneha, Egyptian pounds, 10 kg of dry food. So you got 3 kg of rice, 2 kg of pasta, 1 kg of sugar, 1 kg of dates, half a kilo of fava beans, half a kilo of lentil, 650 grams of ghee, 300 grams of potato paste, and a tea box and salt. And that's 455 Egyptian pounds. For 645 Egyptian pounds, it's 14 kgs of dry food. So it's instead of 3, it's 4, 3, 3, 1, half, 650, 300, and so slightly more. And you pay 14 kg. So if you want to work this out, right, coming back to me, right, so how much was it? 455 and 655. Remember, distribution and transportation, when they requested the money, they said 1 food pack. So they need to present, right, how much is it? Okay, for distribution for, however much it is, because you're charging 440 pound, 50 pound, 75 pound. So 455 Juneha is £6.94 for 10 kg of dry food. Okay, for 14 kg, 645, right? That is £9.84, £10 and £6, right? According to an NGO that was doing the food parcels for Gaza at that particular time, right? So £6 and £10. So per box, right? Now I even got messages about a logistics company that some brothers sent me. I've got the Instagram message. Obviously, he's got issues and whatnot. I don't want to go into that. And many of the charities use this individual. Don't want to go into the details, but in time I'll bring that out as well. Because look, they're not being called out. They're not being called out. And now that we want answers, you find them not willing to, because they're making margins. I'll tell you this: Gaza, Yemen, Syria, whatever it may be, they're their products. It's like a business, right? So you have to have a product in order to make profit. Their product is food packs. Their products are orphaned. It's commodity for them, right? But they mask it in charity. They mask it with, the Prophet ﷺ said regarding, the Ardu Muqaddisa, Bilad al-Sham, that Allah bless our Yemen. Allah, the Prophet ﷺ said, the angels' wings are over Sham, and Al-Aqsa's. Trust me, I hear it all the time. Now, how much are your distribution costs per box? Because naturally, you're not going to distribute 1 box, are you? So if it's £6 and £9 respectively, right, you're charging 40. How much is your distribution cost? So how much margins are you making? Just be honest. That's the point. Stop this fake religiosity. Just be honest. We're making £15 a pack. That is a business, right? All right, charity and Islam and whatnot. Now, I'm going to go into what I'm involved in with the great project, Gaza Relief Egypt Alliance project team. One charity in particular, MATW, right? Listen to this. I've spoken to muftis about this. I say, Uqsumu billahi al-azim. I've spoken to muftis. I've spoken to mashaykh about this clip. And they said it's degrading. It's absolutely vile. And this is the cheap marketing strategy. From MATW. May Allah have mercy upon Ali Bennett. But the ones that are running it now make me sick. Watch this.
We're doing a distribution over here. Follow the lead behind us. So many brothers and sisters in the month of Ramadan. And look at how difficult they are. Look at how much they did. Wallahi, may Allah bless you guys, inshallah.
تتحمل ذاك التراب يضم أطهر نطفة.
How dare you in the most desperate times put them on camera and use it for your marketing strategy? I've spoken to ulama and they go, this is degrading. We have marura. You don't put this on camera. They're desperate. Just put them in a line. Okay, even then I'm not really too fond of it. And give it out. You know, mashallah, they're sitting. What is this? Making them, you know, like beg for like what? What was it? I don't even know what it is. Looks like somebody, what is it? I don't know, some seeds or something. I don't know what it is. But they're desperate. This is the shoddy tactics that I call out. Wallah al-adim, shoddy. And I remember Yusuf Chambers when Gaza was happening. Can't find it now, but probably they got rid of it. And he's there, like, with a coffin, dead. And he said, brothers and sisters, what is this? The Ummah are getting obliterated in Gaza. There's martyrs every other day. And you're trying to request money by lying there in a coffin. Well, I don't know, Wallah al-adim, it's ridiculous. Anyway, so getting back to the food packs now. So, £6 and £10, right? You go now and go to all of these charities. Well, you don't need to go to them, they come to you with their sponsor ads. How much are they charging per food pack? I'm sorry, my brother Ayush sent me a video as well. So let's play the video. And there's some boxes. Oh, here you go.
Assalamu alaikum, brother Imran. Inshallah, 700 food parcels will be tomorrow morning, inshallah, in Al Arish hospitals for Palestinian people who just arrived.
£6 and £10 respectively, right? I don't know how many kgs that was, but 700 was going to Al Arish Hospital for the Palestinians who left Gaza. If you look at the cost margins, right, and I say this publicly, and I'm not going to mince my words, I am certain, unless they present, evidence to say that, and 100% donation policy is 100% donation policy, by the way. So if it's costing you, and again, the Egyptian NGO, I know their name, I've actually spoken to them on WhatsApp, so I know a lot more than you think. And if you're doing it yourself, then obviously the distribution cost, how much is it? Is it to the T that it's £40? Obviously, you're not getting it for £40. That pack is not £40. You know that, and I know that. That pack is not £40, right? Because the Egyptian NGO who I've spoken to have told me, and I've been on their website as well, and I've seen it. It's not £40. You're getting it cheap, right? So if you're saying, okay, no, that's not including distribution, but you don't mention that in your campaign. You just say one pack is £40. So 40 for one food pack, right? Or 50 for other charities, or 75 for another charity. So you don't mention about distribution, you don't mention about transportation. You said one food pack costs this. So what does Umar bin Khattab say? Inna unasan kanu ya'khuduna bil wahi wa innama na'khudukum al'an bima dhahara lana min a'malikum. That people were judged by revelation time the price. Now we're going to judge by your actions. Then Umar bin Khattab said, if someone intended good, but they did evil, we will take that from them. You understand? This is the point. I'm paraphrasing the hadith here, but the first part of the hadith, I'm sure I've translated right. So, we're going to judge what's apparent. You said one food pack, 40 quid. Food pack. And it contains X, Y, and Z. خلاص. نحن نأخذ منك. We take this from you, right? We take this from you. Now that we take this from you, are you telling me that if you use 100% donation policy, that pack, that 10 kg pack costs 40 quid? No, it doesn't. You know that and I know that. My gut feeling doesn't fail me. Uqsum billahi al-ali al-azim. I'm willing to mubahala on it. If you want to lie, fine, no problem. But this is the cheap, shoddy tactics that you use. When it came to families that I fundraised for, I think I raised about £6,000 for 2 families. And we have a coordinator on the ground, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless her. Irish Amy sent the money, and I put that up on my Instagram. £6,000 went, right? I did the 2 fundraisers. But what we do is we have sustainability. So because we have a coordinator, they've given, so she's the wakil or the wakila, and she distributes the money to them every month. Because it's zakat applicable, they have tamlik of it. They give it. And they've also given her representation to pay the education fees. So it covers quite a bit. What I'm going to show you now, Hamza, and to the charities, this is how great manage. And you can check the months as well. As you can see, the 1st of September 2024, living expenses, Hajjis fund, first allowance for Noura Hazala and family. And that was transferred, 24,000 Egyptian, right? Again, 24,000 Egyptian, 1st of October. As you can see, transferred, 24,000 Egyptian. And again, November, 24,000 Egyptian. As you can see, Hajj monthly allowance. This is part of the great project of what we do. You got, again, 2nd of December, living expenses, Hajj, monthly help for Nuram. There you go, 24,000. You got another one, 2nd of January. So that was the 2nd of December, 2nd of January, living expenses, Hajj, monthly help, 24,000 gone again. January 2025, 24,000 Egyptian gone again. Living expenses, Hajj fund for Noura Harzala. 24,000 again, 1st of March. Okay? So this is sustainability, right? We got another family. So the two families that are fundraised for, Irish Immi has 26 families or 29 families. He takes care of them. So documentation is not difficult to provide. I'll tell you that for a fact. Another family. This is for another family. 9,500, 31st of August, right? I came back in June or July from Egypt after I went with Irish Immi. So here you go. Living expenses, Hajj's fund, clothes, supplies for 3 kids. 31st of August, 17,000, same. This is for living expenses. Monthly allowance for kids at school. 15,500, 30th of September, 1 month academic transport for Abdurrahman and co. Another 21,000, living expenses, winter clothes, allowance for Abdurrahman and siblings, 21,000. Here's the receipts, okay? That's 15th October. So we've got a receipt there, got another receipt there. Our coordinator is quite, active and very, very organized. So let me go into it more. So you go again, November, 6,000, tuition fees for education, okay? There you go again, December, what's it called, 15,000, okay? Then a receipt, education. Then you got again 6th of February, 15,500. And then you got another receipt here. So the coordinator sends me what I'm responsible for. So those are the two families that I've fundraised for, and that's where the money is gone. Monthly sustainability. Every month is gone. Every month from September or August, September until now. I think there's another couple of months left until that expires, and there's another set of money that I'm going to send across. And you could speak to Irish Immi if you want transparency, we'll be willing to give it. So Hamza, why can't you do that? I've done it. Here you go. I'll put it on screen for you. Every amount on screen. How many months is that? August, September, October, November, December, January, February. We're talking 7 to 8 months. You raised £35,000, right, in a space of a month. I remember I spoke to you like a month before I went to Syria and come back. And you can't provide any documentation on the breakdown you provided, right? I'm sorry, I can't buy that for a second. And all these charities now with the food packs, are you actually making margins? Because just look, I've always said that if you're honest and you're saying, yeah, we're making margins here, because end day is a business, you're not amilun at all, you're wukala, you're not entitled to it, you take from the sadaqah tatawwa'a, or you're not taking from the zakat. If you're taking from the zakat, obviously you can't, because obviously that's eminent of the malik, possession, those who are mustahiqeen or below the nisab are entitled to it, you can't take from the zakat. Only if you're from on behalf of the dawla. And inshallah ta'ala, I'm looking to obviously make some arrangements for Syria. I've just come back, obviously spoken to different people in government. So inshallah ta'ala, there's something I'm in the process of doing there. So bear with me on that. Obviously, got to do everything formally, legally. So I'm in the process of setting something up. Bi'idhnillah al-kareem. So to final message to Hamza, having loads of followers doesn't equate to success. And I can put my hand on my heart and say, people respect me more than you. After the comments I've been receiving about you, man, you ain't got no respect. You're a grifter. Anyway, to put this into perspective, coming back from Syria, I released 2 videos. One against the Assadists, George Galloway, Jackson Hinkle, David Miller, at the Yarmouk camp, just showing you, the destruction and, what they were supporting the criminal Assadist regime. That video only got about 2.3 thousand views. All right, it's been a week already. Right, my Syria vlog, which was 35 minutes, produced beautifully by one of the editors, 35 minutes. In 2 days, it's only been 2 days ago, it's got about 2,200, right? 2,200. So that's 4,400 for 2 videos from Syria, showing you, mass destruction, showing you the issues and the effects of the war, showing you the people and their kindness and hospitality. Your video, and just talking about charities and whatnot, got like 6,000. Considering my channel is quite small, it's a lot of views. You see the mindset of the people. Educational, documentary, not really care. Controversy, calling people out and whatnot, it gets views. I don't care. Like, I've done my After Creed series knowing you ain't going to get views, 10, 11 videos. I work full time, 5 days a week. This is something I do on the side. I seek Allah's pleasure in doing this. I seek Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy in doing this. Whether they get views, whether they don't really bother me. That's why people in the da'wah scene respect me. I can guarantee you for a fact, right? I may have less followers than you. Well, not may, I do have less followers than you. I could put my hand on heart and promise you, those in the da'wah scene respect me more than you. I can promise you that. What do you do? Go on live streams and grift all day? So anyway, this is my last video response. Let the people, decide whether you're a grifter. If you don't provide the receipts, you're mashkook. And if you want to mubahala, let's do it. I'm fed up now. People swearing by Allah for fun. Invoke Allah's curse upon you if you're a liar. If you spent the money where you spent it, invoke Allah's curse that if I didn't spend it, may Allah curse me in this world and the hereafter. Because I can show you the breakdown here and the screenshots you send me don't match. Don't match at all. So take care of yourselves. Wassalamu ala nabiyyina Muhammad.
ليس الغريب غريب الشام واليمن إن الغريب غريب اللحد والكفن إن الغريب له حق لغربته على المقيمين في الأوطان والسكن سفر بعيد وزاد لن يبلغني وقوتي ضعفت والموت يطلبني ما أحلم الله عني حيث أمهلني وقد تماديت في ذنبي ويسترني تمر ساعة